Hello again, everyone. Today I wanted to do a quick run through of one of my artist rolls where I have a variety of artist material. So each one of those that I have can be independent and can be taken out on its own as almost a complete sketching kit. So the last one that I showed you was the Sendak by Peg and All, and that one is quite a bit larger than this one. This one is by Bookhou. I think it's Bookhou. I keep wondering if it's Bookhou or Bookhou. Either way, it's a wonderful company run by a lovely woman who makes really amazing stuff. And again, this is hand-printed fabric and handmade. So this is waxed canvas here, and then this is, I think, linen, a heavy linen that is hand-dyed. And I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. It has this really nice little elastic closure that goes over that there. And here we go. Oop, have it upside down. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in here first and then lift the curtain on the rest of the things there. So as for most of these things that I have, it is designed to be a travel watercolor sketch kit. So this is another watercolor pan or a palette that I made with a compact, a vintage compact. And this I actually left out of the video where I talked about some of my handmade palettes, mostly because it was in here and I'd almost completely forgotten about it. So I have a little setup in here. These are they magnetic? No. So this surface was not magnetic, so I did end up putting these pans in with earthquake putty, and they didn't necessarily fit all that perfectly, so there's a little bit of space here on the two sides. I think maybe if I'd put a couple of full pans or something in there, it might have fit a little bit better, but it definitely closes really well, and it's a really beautiful little palette being used for that purpose. And again, I put whiteboard sticker up here, and I have found that the whiteboard sticker has been working incredibly well as a mixing surface. It does bead up a little bit, but other than the beading, it doesn't stain very much, and if it does stain, it's pretty easy to clean. So I will be doing another look at this palette at a future time, I'm sure. So I also have this little bottle that is meant to fill up this little travel brush here. It's a water brush, super small. This I have not used. I put it in here because I thought, well, maybe if I put it in here, I'll get some use out of it, but we'll see. It's, and I need to fill this up with water. So basically you turn it upright, fill that with water from here, and you're good to go. And then what else do I have in here? I have a pencil sharpener and an eraser. So it's fairly minimal, just a few things in there, and then I will put those back in there and show you what I have over here. So in this area I have some travel brushes. These little compartments are a little bit tall for the travel brushes, so I just left these in their little case. These are all of the Escoda Perla brushes. It's a size 10, 6, and 2, I believe. Yes, that's a size 2. So I don't know that I've shown these before. Let me go ahead and open those up and show you. So this is the size 10. I really like these Perla brushes because they're a little bit stiffer than normal watercolor brushes. Part of that's because they're synthetic, obviously, but I really like the control that I can get with these. Even with this larger brush, you can get pretty good control, and it comes to a really nice tip. So that's the size 10. The size 6 is quite a bit smaller. I would say that this runs a little small for a size 6 maybe. And you can tell I've used these quite a bit. They're a little bit stained. Because of the white color of the brush, they are going to stain a little bit. And then this is the number 2, which is quite small. It's really good for detail work. Okay. So I will go ahead and put those back in the back there. And I have not filled this completely, but here I have a Stabilo All, and this pencil cap just does not work very well. I think I'm going to get, while I'm here, I'm going to swap that out for a different pencil cap. I have these in my drawer, and these I think fit a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and do a green one. Take that off. Yes, that is much better. Not all pencil caps are made equally. So I'd been meaning to do that, and I figure since I'm right here, I might as well. So this is the Stabilo All pencil, and if you'll remember, I did a little swatching of some vintage Stabilo All pencils. This again is the modern version of the Stabilo All. It is essentially like a very, very dark watercolor pencil. It is really great. I love it for sketching. And then this is a platinum desk pen, which I have filled with platinum carbon black ink. And this is a great sketching pen. I used it a whole lot until I switched to the platinum pen that's a little bit shorter than this one and can actually post the cap. I think that was one of the reasons why I did that, because you cannot post the cap here. You're not going to have any luck. So although I think some people have cut this down to the point where you can post it, I've seen that. But it's a super cheap pen. It's like $12, and it works really well for sketching, especially in combination with the platinum carbon black cartridges. It works really well. And then here I have a very tiny little pencil. Please do not advance beyond the pipe. This is a super small pencil. I've only used this a few times. I have this in here because I'm really trying to try it out. It is a 0.2 pencil, so it's super tiny. I think I got this in some sort of subscription box, so I kind of wanted to try and use it. And this pencil has blue lead in it. So sometimes if you use blue lead for drawing, it'll be less intrusive in your final painting or sketch if you're going to be putting other media on top of it. And then I have this little dagger brush here. I think I've showed this before as well. It is the Royal and Langnickel Mini Majestic Dagger, 1/4 of an inch. And these are super cheap on Amazon. You can get a set of 4 for I think a little over $10. It's pretty good. And they're pretty decent brushes. And then here I have a Micron Pen, and I think I've shown these before as well. The Pen has the plastic nib, and it's a little bit more flexible than the sorry, got distracted there by an email. It's a little bit more flexible than the regular tips on the fine liners. So if you have a pretty hard, if you tend to write fairly hard, these are really good because they're more flexible. And then I have a Sharpie pen, which is a felt tip. And that is also permanent. And then here I have my Uniball Signo white pen. This is for accents at the end. And then, oh, I didn't realize I had this in here, and I was talking about it, so I can compare these two. So these are the two platinum pens. So this is one that is sadly discontinued, and they are not making it anymore. It was really inexpensive and is a great pen. It has a gold nib, which, you know, I think it retailed for under $50 when it was available. So it was a really great pen. I actually bought 2 when they were going out. Well, I bought 1 and then I bought a second one when I found out they were being discontinued, because I love it so much and I wanted to make sure I had an extra one. But if you can find them, I will put a link down below to the model number of this pen. They do still show up on Amazon occasionally and perhaps eBay, but I think it's a great pen. Although, you know, if you're going to end up paying $100 for this, or because it is out of stock in most places, I would choose a different pen. But if you can get it for around the original retail price, it's really a good value. And so this platinum desk pen does not have a gold nib, but it does have a similarly shaped nib, and they both draw similarly, although the gold nib is softer, so you're going to get more line variation. But this is the extra fine in the desk pen, and I find that that works really well as a sketch pen. But so does this one. And I probably should put one or the other of these in a different travel bag, because these are kind of interchangeable for me in the way I use them. Okay, so that's it. I don't have anything back here, but you could put a whole other watercolor palette back here. There's lots of room. You could also put some taller art supplies. Like I said, I have the brushes back there. This is waxed canvas, so it's going to be pretty sturdy. And then we just roll that all up and put the little loop back on. All right, get those out of the way. All right, there you go. I'll put a link below to the seller that has these rolls, Bookhou. But she does not always have these in stock. So I would subscribe to her Instagram. She also has a Facebook account where she sometimes talks about when she does shop updates. Because she is a small maker, she's not going to have things available all the time. But I have been super impressed with all of the things that I purchased from her. I have a little mini handbag that I've been using forever, and it still really has held up great. I just love her stuff, and I like the very graphic style that it comes in. So, highly recommend. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.